Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday. I'm super excited today because we're officially done with Module 1 of our math. So we have learned how to work with numbers up to 10 at this point. And when we come back to school on Monday, we are going to be working on Module 2, which I believe is shapes. So that's really exciting. So today, to finish up Module 1, what we're going to do is we're going to review writing our numbers. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and find your dry erase pocket that your teacher sent home with you. And you're also going to find your dry erase marker. Now, if your pocket does not have any papers in it, go ahead and find a piece of paper. It can be a scratch piece of paper or a plain white piece of paper. Colored paper will work too. And just slide it inside the pocket. That way you have a background to be working on. Okay? So go ahead and stop the video if you need to go gather your supplies. All right, welcome back. Everyone has their supplies and we're ready to get working. Now we're gonna go through our numbers all the way up to number 10. During the video, if you need to pause and go ahead and work on at your own pace, that's fine. And then you can come back. So we're gonna go through all of our numbers and feel free to pause at any time. All right, so the first number that we're gonna work on today is the number 0. Can you show me 0 on your hand? Yeah, 0, we just make a fist. So when we write a 0, we're going to, here's our poem that it says. It says, start at top and around you go. That's how you make a 0. So we start on top and around we go. That's how you make a 0. So go ahead and you can pause and work on your 0. Awesome zeros, boys and girls. The next number we're going to make is the number 1. Number 1. Go straight down and then you're done. That's the way to make a 1. So go straight down and then you're done. That's the way to make a 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and make your 1s now. Great job. Next, we're going to work on the number 2. And I love this poem. It's really fun. Make a candy cane and then a shoe. That's the way to make a 2. So make a candy cane and then a shoe. That's the way to make a 2. Now, I know in class, some of the boys and girls that I work with were having a hard time making 2s. So if you're really struggling to make a number, that's okay. Just know that that's a number you have to keep working on at home. Okay, so go ahead and pause and make your 2. Awesome job. The next number we're going to make is the number 3. Around a tree, around a tree. That's the way to make a 3. So we're going to start at the top. Around a tree, around a tree. That's the way to make a 3. Go ahead and practice your 3s. Great job. 3 can be another number that's tricky for boys and girls. So keep practicing if you're having a hard time with it. The next number we're going to do is 4. Down, across, and down some more. That is how you make a 4. So we're going to go down, across, and down once more. That's the way we make a 4. Go ahead and work on your 4s. Awesome job. The next number we're going to work on is the number 5. Take a dive, swim around to make 5, come back to ground. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top, take a dive, swim around, come back up come back to ground. So we're going to go back up. There we go. So we take a dive. We swim around, come back to ground to make a 5. Go ahead and pause and you can make your 5s. This is how old our friends are, most of our friends. Some of you are already 6. Awesome job. Next number we're going to make is the number 6. Slide down and around to pick up sticks. That's the way to make a 6. So we're going to go slide down and around to pick up sticks. That's the way to make a 6. Go ahead and work on making your 6 now. Some of you are 6 now, and other friends will be turning 6 on their next birthday. Next is the number 7. Straight across and down from heaven. That's how you make a 7. So we start at the top, we go straight across, and then down from heaven is how we make a 7. Go ahead and practice 7. Next is the number 8. 8 is make an S. Make an S, but don't just wait. Come back up to make an 8. So we start out with making an S, but we have to go back up to make an 8. Good job. Now, this is a tricky number. If you're having a hard time with making the S and then coming back up, I'm going to show you a different way of how you could do 8. Okay, so what you could do is you can make a snowman ball, and then you can make another snowman ball. So that would be also another way you could make an 8. We want you to try to do it with an S first, but if it's too hard, this would also be acceptable. So go ahead and you can write your 8s. The next number we're going to work on is 9. Make a loop and then a line. That's the way to make a 9. So make a loop and then a line. That's the way to make a 9. Go ahead and work on your 9. And then for number 10, super easy. We're going to make the number 1, and then we're going to make the number 0. And when we make 10, 1 and 0 are stuck right next to each other to make the number 10. Great job, boys and girls, working today on writing your numbers. Keep up the hard work at home. For extra practice, you could also write your numbers in order. So you could start with 1 and write them all the way up to 10. For the second half of our video today, I'm going to read you a fun book, a fun math book. Did you know that there's also books about numbers? So this is our book 0. 0. I wonder what we think this book is going to be about. It says 0 was a big number. When she looked at herself, she just saw a hole right in her center. Every day she wanted the other number line to count. She wanted to count too, but how could a number worth nothing become something? 0 felt empty inside. And so goes 0 search to find value in herself and in others. 0. 0 was a big round number. When she looked at herself, she just saw a hole right in her center. Every day she watched the numbers line up. She wanted to count too. So when we count, we usually don't count 0. We leave 0 out, don't we? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, poor 0. But how could a number worth nothing become something? 0 felt empty inside. She watched 1 having fun with the others. 1 was solid and strong with bold strokes and squared corners. So this is how we write a fancy number 1. 0 was big and round with no corners at all. If I were like 1, then I could count 2, she thought. So she pushed and pulled and stretched and straightened. She forced and flattened and finally became... What do we think she's going to turn into? 0. She sighed. Becoming like 1 was too much of a stretch. So she wanted to turn herself into number 1. 8 and 9 rolled into the scene. If you doubled yourself up, you'd be like me, said 8. So 0 twisted and turned to try to be like 8. So look, she's twisting herself to try to make 2 loops to become number 8. Or you could be a 9 with a longer line, said 9. So 0 pinched and puckered to try to be a 9. But 0 could only be 0. You're on your way to join the others. Come count with us, they said. 0 felt deflated. 8 and 9 were numbers with value. Of course they'd count. How could they know how she felt? Oh, so how do we think Zero's feeling? I think maybe she's feeling a little jealous and feeling like she's left out. Zero had a new thought. If she could impress the numbers that give her value, she'd leap, she'd soar, she'd sizzle, she'd shine. She'd make a grand entrance and floor them all. Zero began to roll faster and faster and faster. She leapt, flying, soaring, rocketing. Right into one, who knocked over two, who fell into three and four, toppling 5 and 6, who crashed into 7 and 8, where they all ended up in a huge pile on 9. All the numbers were bent and out of shape. Oh no, she knocked all the numbers over. It's no use trying, sobbed Zero. I'll never have value. I'll never be part of the count, she said. It's what's inside that counts most, pointed out 7. Zero looked at herself. But what if I don't have anything inside? Every number has value, said 7. Be open. You'll find a way. So 7 is trying to encourage our friend Zero. And she keeps trying to tell her to keep going. Suddenly, Zero saw herself in a new light. I'm not empty inside. I'm open. Zero rolled up to the other numbers. I've thought of a way for us to count even more, she said. Count more? Asked 4. Count us in, exclaimed 7. Lead the way, said 1. So let's make a prediction. What do you think Zero is going to do to include herself in the count? Let's see what happens. Everyone counts, the number shouted. Zero jumped in. Then she leaped up high and said, here's something new we can try. If we help each other soar, we can count even more. Let's count again, starting with... I wonder where Zero's going to put herself. 10. Look, 1 and 0 joined together to make the number 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and what's next? Oh, so look, they're counting by tens. Do you know what comes after 90 when we count by tens? Let's see. 100! Oh, look, 2 zeros. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. We do count more, they cheered. Zero and the numbers explored and had fun, bringing more value to everyone. Oh, so look, when we add a 0, we can make it a bigger number. Like this number here is 740. So when we add the numbers, when they get another digit, they can add more value. They become a bigger number. And this time, when 0 looked at herself, she felt whole, right in her center. Oh, so 0 didn't feel like she meant anything by herself, but when she joined the other numbers, she felt like she had more value. The end. Thanks, boys and girls, for listening to our story today. And we hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week. Bye.